Wish you had more stamina? Want to reach your peak performance? In need of an energy boost? Vitality is what keeps the human race running. But despite our hectic lifestyles, there are certain foods that can still provide us with that get up and go if you know where to find them.
そのまんまですからね。これ食べれば栄養つくからいいんじゃないですか。
Join us in this episode of Flavors for Life as we travel to the far corners of Asia in search of unique foods that hold the secrets to vitality. There is a plant that grows in the wilds of Malaysia. It's so rare that trying to find one is like searching for a needle in a haystack. But the power of Tongkat Ali is so great that people will search for days in order to get their hands on this precious medicinal root, thought by some to be a cure for any ailment. This is the classic image of wild Malaysia, a vista of lush tropical rainforest and mountains and plains covered by thick vegetation. This is our first destination in our search for vitality-boosting foods. But our story starts here in Sriwijaya town, a major trading post where all sorts of goods from around the peninsula are bought and sold. It is also home to one of the largest remaining communities of native Orang Asli people. The Orang Asli still hold on to many of their ancient traditions. As Aboriginal hunters with a claim to the natural resources in their ancestral forest homes, the Orang Asli are permitted to forage and hunt for animals and plants in the rainforest. And in fact, there is a certain highly prized commodity growing in the depths of the forest that only the Orang Asli know how to find. Getting out to Orang Asli country is easier said than done. There are hardly any proper roads, and dirt tracks often get the better of even the toughest modern-day vehicles. But the difficult journey is worth all the effort when we finally find what we've been searching for. This is a mature Eurycoma longifolia tree, reaching some 10 meters in height. Better known locally as Tongkat Ali, meaning Ali's walking stick, the plant gets its name from its long, twisted roots that are ultimately harvested. Tongkat Ali is easily distinguishable from other tree species in its natural habitat, with its tall, tapering trunk and umbrella-like arrangement of splayed branches. These roots are worth their weight in gold, with their reputation as a sought-after aphrodisiac plant on Earth. But Tongkat Ali remains a vital and valuable part of Orang Asli life. The money he stands to make from obtaining its roots makes harvesting Tongkat Ali a lucrative business for 24-year-old Roslyn. Married with a daughter, Roslyn usually sells fruits and vegetables and cane for furniture production, all from the forest. But he still finds that he makes much better returns from his sales of Tongkat Ali. And like any good Orang Asli, at the first sign of illness or fatigue, he boils up some tea concocted from the root.
Tongkat Ali untuk kita rebus dulu Lepas tu dalam 3 minit kita minum. Tongkat Ali ni saya tahu dari orang zaman dulu untuk minum Tongkat Ali. Ada saudara saya sakit nyawa, dia cabut Tongkat Ali, dia terus minum, badan dia tak sakit dah. Rasanya pahit. Minum, hidup.
Roslan and his friend often head out to the forest to renew their supplies of Tongkat Ali. They equip themselves for a long journey and an even longer search in the forest. They can only cover the long distances involved by motorbike, and it's cross-country all the way. The difficulty of harvesting Tongkat Ali in the wild is that it grows very slowly. It takes 4 years to grow from seed to harvestable root. And as this traditional plant remedy becomes more popular, supplies of Tongkat Ali in the wild are inevitably decreasing. Over time, this tree could become endangered.
Saya cari Tongkat Ali dalam setengah jam, 1 batang dapat. Lepas itu saya korek, bawa balik.
After finding the telltale shape of the Tongkat Ali leaves, Roslan earmarks a potential tree for harvesting. He then fashions a makeshift shovel from a section of tree trunk and starts to dig around the base of the Tongkat Ali tree that he has selected. As he digs deeper, he begins to expose and remove the smaller roots, thereby weakening the stability of the main tree.
Ini semua anak ya? Yang mana? Tunjukkan.
Nih, nih.
A typically mature Tongkat Ali tree will be surrounded by a cluster of smaller saplings that have all germinated and grown from its own seeds. So even after the older tree has been cut down and harvested, the younger plants will eventually take its place. After half an hour of intensive digging, we are all excited to see Roslan striking gold. He pulls out a root and we are ready to celebrate. But wait, Roslan continues to dig. Is there more than just one root down there? It turns out the real prize is buried even deeper underground. Finally, he cuts the largest roots and the tree falls. Even with its other more serious medical applications, what excites most people about Tongkat Ali is that the root boosts sex drive and function in both men and women by building testosterone. Scientific research indicates that the root contains many different beneficial compounds, including potent protective antioxidants which inhibit cellular aging. Other chemicals in Tongkat Ali are antiviral, anti-malarial, and anti-cancerous. Others combat high blood pressure and dysentery. The root also proves twice as potent as aspirin against fevers.
Yang ni kecil lagi. Tak tahulah dapat berapa.
On some of his best harvesting days, Roslan has managed to glean much bigger hauls of the root, sometimes even over 30 kilograms. But with Tongkat Ali becoming rarer and rarer these days, this is still a fair amount. After preparing and cleaning up the root sections, Roslan heads back home. Tomorrow, he will take it to the local factory to make a sale. This processing factory is in Srijaya town, and it receives fresh supplies of Tongkat Ali from the surrounding region. Here, the wood is washed, cut into smaller sections, and then dried under the sun. The Tongkat Ali is then ground into a fine powder.
Normally, we harvest trees around 15 to 20 years old, whereby the cultivated trees are harvested between 6 to 7 years old. While Tongkat Ali had proven to be more active ingredients, than the one that is currently being cultivated.
Sao? Timbang
11 kilo.
Satu minggu ke sini berapa kali?
Satu minggu dalam 5-6 kali.
Jadi bikin banyak duit.
Banyak.
He earns an average of 600 Malaysian ringgits, or $180 a month, from selling Tongkat Ali. Tongkat Ali itself cannot be ingested directly. Instead, its essence is extracted and processed into a powder form.
Extraction has only been around in Malaysia for less than 5 years, because as people are more aware of their health, so they usually last time Tongkat Ali has just been grounded into pulverized sawdust, and they are putting capsule, and then they just intake the capsule into their body system, and this has been proven to be very damaging to the liver and also to the kidney. We use RO water for our extraction, and after that we freeze dry the water into powder, and what are being produced are pure extracts of Tongkat Ali.
But while Roslin and his peers collect and process Tongkat Ali using their traditional methods, the growing commercial demand for the herb has seen its production transformed into a high-tech factory scale. We meet up with research manager Mr. Young at the factory in Johor Bahru, yet another player in the Tongkat Ali trade.
Hello, hi. How are you? Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay. This is the lab that we are doing the raw material and finished product testing for the Tongkat Ali. This is the samples that we already prepared, which is ready for the HPLC testing of the active substance, Eurycoma. Yeah.
Today, its commercial value has seen Tongkat Ali being mass-produced in all shapes and concoctions. Extracts are usually ground into powder substances and made into capsules and pills. Even the bodybuilding community is showing an interest because increased testosterone levels in the body promote muscle mass and strength. And all from a humble root growing deep in the forest. Of course, the villagers are now worried about the future of their most valuable crop, as it gains more and more popularity worldwide and supplies gradually become rare. In answer to their concerns and in order to protect remaining wild specimens of Tongkat Ali, Malaysia's government is currently establishing plantations of this tree. Various programs, like this one at the Forest Research Institute of Malaysia, have been implemented to cultivate the species under controlled conditions. The plantation program began in the year 2000. Young plants are grown and eventually transplanted to open areas across the region. And so, with the plantation program in place, the future of Tongkat Ali is secured. Its benefits destined to be enjoyed by many more generations to come. Good news for the Orang Asli and those across the world who have only just discovered the energizing effects of this wonder plant. As we say our goodbyes and thanks to the villagers, it's time to head further afield on our quest for the foods of vitality. In the high reaches of northwest India grows one of the most sought-after spices in the world.